upon which all lightweights will be judged. Khabib Nurmagomedov delivers yet again. The perfect streak continues, and Dominic, in modern day mixed martial arts, this is just so difficult to do, and yet he continues to take on the lightweight division.